Ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished for millennia, leaving behind colossal monuments and intricate artifacts. We are drawn to their world, captivated by the grandeur of the pyramids and the opulence of their tombs. The language of the ancient Egyptians holds a particular fascination. It is a language frozen in time, preserved on temple walls and papyrus scrolls. For centuries, these inscriptions remained silent, their secrets locked away. Yet the desire to unlock this linguistic treasure trove has driven scholars on a quest for knowledge. They sought a key, a way to decipher the enigmatic symbols that held the words of pharaohs and priests. At the heart of this mystery lie hieroglyphs, the iconic symbols of ancient Egypt. These intricate characters, often resembling birds, animals, or everyday objects, seem more like artwork than writing. For centuries, scholars debated their meaning. Were they purely symbolic, each image representing a concept or idea? Or did they hold the key to a spoken language? Hieroglyphs were more than just pretty pictures. They were a sophisticated writing system, capable of expressing the nuances of the ancient Egyptian language. Imagine a language where pictures come alive with sound. That's the beauty of hieroglyphs. These weren't just static images, they were a vibrant system of communication. Each symbol, carefully crafted, held a specific meaning, a story waiting to be told. Some hieroglyphs were easy to decipher. A picture of a bird likely represented a bird, right? These are called ideograms, symbols that directly represent an object or idea. But the Egyptians took their writing a step further. They realized that pictures could also represent sounds. This dual nature of hieroglyphs, both as pictures and sounds, formed the backbone of their writing system. To truly understand ancient Egyptian, we need to look beyond the literal images and hear the sounds they represent. Think of hieroglyphs as musical notes, each one carrying a distinct sound. Just as notes combine to create melodies, hieroglyphs combine to form words and sentences, a symphony of ancient communication. But here's the catch. The Egyptians didn't write vowels. They primarily recorded the consonant sounds, leaving the vowels up to the reader's understanding. Despite this challenge, the Egyptians developed a highly efficient writing system. Scribes, the official writers of ancient Egypt, dedicated years to learning the nuances of hieroglyphs, ensuring the preservation of their history, beliefs, and stories for generations to come. For centuries, the sounds of ancient Egyptian remained a mystery. Scholars could admire the beauty of hieroglyphs but couldn't quite unlock their secrets. The breakthrough came with the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799. This remarkable artifact contained the same text written in 3 different scripts: hieroglyphs, Demotic, a later cursive form of Egyptian, and ancient Greek. The presence of Greek, a language already understood, provided the key to unlocking the secrets of hieroglyphs. The Rosetta Stone was a game-changer. It was like finding a long-lost instruction manual for the ancient Egyptian language. One of the first breakthroughs came with the name Ptolemy. This Greek name appeared in the text, and by comparing it to the hieroglyphic version, scholars were able to identify the individual sound values of several hieroglyphs. The Rosetta Stone, once a silent witness to history, had become a talking stone, bridging the gap between us and the ancient Egyptians. Just like living creatures, languages evolve over time. Ancient Egyptian was no exception. Over thousands of years, the way Egyptians wrote their language transformed, adapting to different needs and purposes. While hieroglyphs remained the gold standard for formal inscriptions, a more cursive, faster way of writing developed for everyday use. This new script, known as hieratic, emerged alongside hieroglyphs, used for administrative documents, letters, and literary texts. Many hieratic signs retained a visual resemblance to their hieroglyphic counterparts, like simplified sketches of the original images. The Egyptians, with their remarkable writing system, left behind a fascinating record of this linguistic journey. Imagine you're an ancient Egyptian scribe, tasked with recording the daily transactions of a bustling marketplace. Would you painstakingly chisel each hieroglyph into stone? Probably not. That's where hieratic came in. Hieratic script, meaning priestly writing, was a cursive form of hieroglyphs. Scribes used ink and papyrus to write quickly and efficiently. While still based on hieroglyphs, hieratic signs often took on abbreviated or abstract forms. Hieratic might not have been as visually impressive as hieroglyphs, but it played a vital role in the everyday workings of Egyptian society. As time marched on, Egyptian society underwent further transformations. A new script emerged, even more cursive and abstract than hieratic. This new script, known as Demotic, meaning popular writing, reflected the changing needs of a dynamic civilization. Demotic emerged around the 7th century BCE and quickly gained popularity. It allowed more people to engage with the written word, sharing their stories, beliefs, and ideas. As ancient Egypt interacted with other civilizations, its language continued to evolve. During the Greco-Roman period, a new script emerged, one that would prove crucial in unlocking the mysteries of the past. This script, known as Coptic, would become the final stage in the long evolution of the ancient Egyptian language. Coptic emerged from the fusion of the Egyptian language with the Greek alphabet. This fusion created a unique writing system, one that retained the essence of Egyptian while incorporating elements of Greek. Coptic acts as a bridge between the ancient and the modern, providing invaluable clues to the pronunciation and grammar of earlier forms of Egyptian. It allows us to hear, however faintly, the echoes of the voices that once filled the temples and palaces of the pharaohs. Imagine listening to a symphony orchestra. You can pick out the distinct melodies of different instruments, yet they harmonize together to create a beautiful whole. Just as archaeologists piece together fragments of pottery to reconstruct ancient vessels, linguists study related languages to uncover clues about their shared past. Ancient Egyptian, despite its antiquity, didn't exist in isolation. By comparing Egyptian to languages like Hebrew, Arabic, Berber, and others spoken across North Africa and the Middle East, scholars have identified intriguing similarities in their grammatical structures and vocabulary. Have you ever noticed how family members often share similar facial features or mannerisms? Languages, too, can exhibit family resemblances, especially those belonging to the same language family. Ancient Egyptian, with its Semitic cousins, reveals some striking similarities that hint at their shared ancestry. For instance, the word for water in ancient Egyptian is mw, while in Hebrew it's mayim, and in Arabic it's ma. Similarly, the word for house is pr in Egyptian, bayit in Hebrew, and bait in Arabic. The shared consonants point to a common linguistic ancestor, a language spoken in the distant past from which these related languages inherited their basic building blocks. These linguistic family reunions provide fascinating insights into the migrations of ancient peoples, the spread of cultural ideas, and the evolution of languages over time. Languages, like people, borrow from each other. Just as we might adopt words from different languages, ancient civilizations engaged in linguistic exchange, enriching their vocabularies and providing clues about their interactions. Ancient Egypt, with its trade routes and political alliances, borrowed words from its neighbors, and vice versa. For example, the Egyptians borrowed the word kinos from the Greeks to refer to goose. Similarly, the Greeks borrowed the word ebony from the Egyptians, highlighting the flow of goods and ideas between these civilizations. The presence of borrowed words in a language acts like a timestamp, indicating contact between cultures during specific periods. Borrowed words are like souvenirs from a journey, each one carrying a story about the people who used them and the cultures they encountered. Imagine trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces. Reconstructing the pronunciation of ancient Egyptian presents a similar challenge. Hieroglyphs, while visually stunning, primarily recorded consonant sounds. The vowels, essential for pronunciation, were often omitted. However, linguists utilize several strategies to fill in these phonetic gaps. Coptic, the final stage of the Egyptian language, provides invaluable clues. By examining related languages and their pronunciation patterns, scholars can make inferences about how certain sounds might have been pronounced in ancient Egyptian. Language isn't just about conveying information, it's also a tool for creativity and play. The ancient Egyptians, despite their serious-looking hieroglyphs, had a playful side, evident in their love for wordplay and puns. Imagine a scribe, chisel in hand, adding a touch of humor to a temple inscription, bringing a smile to the face of a passing pharaoh. Just as we enjoy puns and clever wordplay, the Egyptians incorporated these linguistic delights into their writing. They recognized the power of language to amuse, to surprise, and to create a sense of delight. The Egyptians' love for wordplay provides a fascinating window into their sense of humor and their sophisticated understanding of language. By unraveling these linguistic puzzles, we gain insights into their worldview, their values, and their everyday lives. Puns, often called the lowest form of wit, are actually a testament to the flexibility and creativity of language. The ancient Egyptians were masters of the pun, using them in their writings to entertain, to emphasize, and sometimes even to make political statements. These linguistic gymnastics offer us a glimpse into the minds of the Egyptians and their relationship with language. For example, the Egyptian word for cat sounds similar to the word for to protect. Scribes often use this pun in inscriptions related to homes and temples, implying that cats were not just pets but also guardians against evil spirits. These playful connections reveal how the Egyptians saw animals as integral members of their society, imbued with symbolic meaning and protective powers. Similarly, the name of Pharaoh Akhenaten, famous for his religious reforms, could be interpreted as effective for Aten, Aten being the sun god he elevated to supreme status. This clever play on his name served as a powerful piece of propaganda, reinforcing his connection to the divine and legitimizing his religious revolution. These puns, seemingly simple on the surface, reveal a deep understanding of the power of language. By playing with words, the Egyptians could convey multiple layers of meaning, adding depth and humor to their writing. For us, these puns are like linguistic time capsules, preserving not just the sounds of their language but also their wit and cultural insights. Imagine overhearing a conversation in a bustling marketplace. You might not understand every word, but you'd pick up on the rhythm of the language, the gestures, the shared laughter. Everyday speech is a treasure trove of cultural information, and ancient texts, often reflecting daily life, offer similar insights. For instance, the Egyptians had multiple words for bread, each with subtle distinctions in meaning. There was bread made from barley, bread made from emmer wheat, bread baked in different shapes, and bread used in religious rituals. This variety of terms reflects the central role of bread in Egyptian society, not just as sustenance but also as a cultural symbol. Similarly, the Egyptians had numerous words for desert, each evoking different images and emotions. There was the Red Land, the barren desert beyond the Nile Valley, and the Black Land, the fertile land nourished by the Nile's floods. These linguistic distinctions reveal a deep connection to their environment, a nuanced understanding of the land that sustained them. By examining these everyday words and their subtle variations, we gain a deeper appreciation for the richness and complexity of ancient Egyptian culture. Their language, like a finely woven tapestry, reveals their values, their beliefs, and their unique perspective on the world around them. The quest to understand ancient Egyptian goes beyond deciphering grammar and vocabulary. It's about connecting with the people who spoke this language, hearing their voices, and catching glimpses of their lives. Their wordplay, their cultural references, and their everyday expressions provide a bridge across millennia, allowing us to share in their laughter and appreciate their unique perspective on the world. Imagine a group of children playing a game, their laughter echoing through the streets of an ancient Egyptian village. Or picture a family gathered around a table, sharing stories and jokes as they enjoy a simple meal. These everyday moments, often lost to history, come alive through the words and expressions preserved in ancient texts. By studying these linguistic echoes, we gain a deeper understanding of the human experience, recognizing the common threads that connect us across time and cultures. The ancient Egyptians may have lived in a world vastly different from our own, but their language reveals their humanity, their humor, and their enduring capacity for joy. Their words, once locked away in silence, now offer a timeless message, a reminder that despite the passage of millennia, we share a common bond as human beings, united by the power of language. Our journey into the world of ancient Egyptian has taken us from the grandeur of hieroglyphs to the nuances of Coptic, revealing a language both familiar and surprisingly intricate. While we may never capture the full cadence and melody of their daily speech, we've uncovered enough to appreciate the Egyptians' sophisticated use of language, their humor, and their unique worldview. Through the painstaking work of scholars, the whispers on temple walls and papyrus scrolls have transformed into voices that echo through the millennia. We've explored the evolution of their writing, the relationships with other languages, and the cultural clues embedded in their words. The study of ancient Egyptian remains an ongoing adventure. New discoveries and interpretations continually refine our understanding, bringing us closer to the authentic voices of the past. The allure of this ancient language lies not just in deciphering its secrets but in bridging the gap between us and a civilization that continues to fascinate and inspire. As we delve deeper into the world of ancient Egyptian, we gain a profound appreciation for the power of language to connect us across time and cultures. The voices of the pharaohs, the scribes, and the everyday people of ancient Egypt may have been silent for centuries, but thanks to the dedication of scholars and the enduring legacy of their writing, they now speak to us once more.